Dzień dobry, YouTube, i witamy to another episode of Atticus Eats. Oh my goodness, dear friends. Have I got a treat for you all today? There's so much to talk about, really, actually, in this episode. I'm being inspired to speak more and about various things, because that's kind of the point of these videos, is just being able to share observations and different goings-on that occur when I'm out and about and making these videos. But it's so funny. Part of the adventure of being able to find places to go and eat for this series of videos, the additional adventure for me is not only finding the food places, but also finding the correct place to park and film. And that's always so interesting, because you guys know I'm wanting to be in a place that's privacy, and I'm wanting to have good lighting and, you know, safe, and all the other important factors that go into that. And it's so funny because I went to this restaurant, which I'll talk about here in a minute, and it is at a shopping center that is outside of a whole line of apartment complexes. And I was looking down the long road that led to these apartment complexes, and I go, wow, it's really shady over there, and it's full of trees. And you all know, if you've been watching this channel a long time, how much I love trees and nature and kind of that vibe. I hate industrial anything. And so I was like, man, I wonder if they have like a park or something down there. Turns out they don't, but I don't see any signs here that says private parking or no public parking or anything like that. There's areas that obviously are, but it seems like these are, you know, guest parking spaces that I've situated myself in. So I've got a perfectly shady spot underneath some gorgeous trees in a very quiet apartment complex neighborhood. So I'm gonna chill here, and don't worry, officer, I'm a YouTuber. Anyways, cool people, I so wanted to do a little bit of clickbait on today's episode of Atticus Eats. I wanted to title it something like, Atticus Shaffer has heart attack, or has a heart attack. But then I thought to myself, you know what, that would be too much. Like, that's being a bull in a china shop of all of your hearts, because no one needs that, and I don't need to do that. So let me specify now. Clearly you could see the title is more accurate as to what it is I'm actually partaking in. But my dear friends, for those of you who don't know, I absolutely love sushi. I love sushi. I love Japanese food. Japanese food is probably the number one, like, beyond American food. If I can title it an ethnic food, that would be my number one choice to get. Japanese food, I absolutely adore. I actually have been on a very long journey of loving and growing in my love for different types of sushi and specialty rolls and different types of Japanese-inspired fare. And oh my goodness, that has only increased and kind of gotten to the nth degree in this past year, especially. This past year, well, for those of you who have been a part of the channel for a long time, you all will know that I have eaten sushi on the channel before. I've had some specialty rolls before from a favorite sushi restaurant that's within driving distance from me, and I will go there with some semblance of frequency. There was a period of time where I was going to this particular restaurant weekly, but due to a lot of different things, ranging from some waiters that they had there for a time that were really kind of weird and I did not like, kind of had an attitude when they were serving me, even though I was, you know, a regular. Also, I think they dipped in their quality a little bit for a period of time. I ended up looking for other sushi restaurants that were within driving distance from me that I could go to and enjoy. And this past year, 2024, I discovered one that had way better Google reviews than even my normal restaurant that I was going to. And it's a restaurant called Tokyo Sushi. And I don't know if it's a chain and there's multiples of them, or if it's just that the name Tokyo Sushi is pretty generic and multiple restaurants possess this name. But there's several of them in Southern California, and this one that I've gone to very regularly this past year, because the service, the staff, the chefs, the environment on the inside is absolutely, without a doubt, completely top tier. 10 out of 10 in every respect. And they have amazing sushi, amazing rolls. And this is the place that I was telling you guys has the tempura deep fried cheesecake. And that is going to be an Atticus Eats episode in the near future. If you want to see that sooner rather than later, please tell me in the comment section below. But they have an appetizer that has quickly become my absolute favorite appetizer. And they name it the Heart Attack. It's the Heart Attack appetizer. And I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. But oh my goodness, my dear friends, it is the epitome of a comfort food vibe. And it's perfect for Christmas time. I'm really wanting to get Atticus Eats laser beamed in on comfort food for the holiday season, Christmas time, and I want to be able to share that with you all in these episodes today and in subsequent weeks until we can get through Christmas and get into the new year, just because I think it's the perfect time that, you know, you don't count calories. It's all about feeling good, stick to your ribs, warms your soul kind of food, and that's exactly what I've got for you all today. So let's go ahead and bust this open. Got the typical thank you for shopping here plastic grocery store bag for the to-go order today. Boom. Tokyo Sushi icon right there. So awesome, so sweet. Got some napkins. It's warm and it's delicious, and I am so excited that I get to be able to partake in this with you all today. I always love being able to make these videos for you all. There we go. Now, fun thing, I don't know if I actually talked about this in my previous sushi episodes, which, by the way, I will link in either a pinned comment or in the description box below. I do know that if you do this in a restaurant, it's disrespectful, but they didn't have cheap bamboo chopsticks back when I was, or when that politeness rule was written, and so I don't want to get slivers in my mouth or in my hand, so I do that to start. But I mean, no disrespect, I absolutely love these people at this restaurant. They're outstanding. Like I said, staff, chefs, they're all outstanding. And wouldn't you know, get off of there, wouldn't you know that they were playing Christmas music while I was in there waiting for my food. I thought that was so awesome. Real deal, honest to goodness, awesome people. I love supporting businesses like that. So shout out to you, Tokyo Sushi. And now let's take a look here at the glory that is. Oh, is this correct? Yes, it is. Okay, so they don't put the sauces on because it's a to-go order and they don't want this to get soggy. This is presented significantly different when it's at the restaurant. There's a lot more artistry to it. But this is a tempura deep fried jalapeno. It's jalapeno coins that are stuffed with cream cheese and spicy tuna and topped with the fish eggs, caviar, and green onions. And oh my goodness, my dear friends, this is the epitome of comfort food. It is so insanely good. The jalapenos are still bright. They've got that nice little crunchy snap when you bite into them. Perfect tempura crunchy texture. And then soft warmth from the tuna and the cream cheese. Oh, so good. I gotta dress this up for just a second. So, I'll hold on here just a sec. And let's get this on here. Now, I can't remember all the different sauces. This looks like some sort of oil, maybe. Perhaps a chili oil. And then they've got eel sauce or goma sauce. Or something. But we'll figure it out. I don't know what I'm talking about. Here, hold on just a sec. Spicy mayo. For the win. Okay, I'm gonna need to make this somewhat pretty. It's not pretty. It's not pretty the way that I do it, okay? I'm sorry. But I want to get the spicy mayo on because that's the best thing. And it's good for you. If you have a cold this holiday season or some sort of bug, I would highly recommend getting the Heart Attack if you're near Tokyo Sushi. It'll clear you out really well. So that's a thing. Okay, so I've got that established. And then, is this soy sauce? No, that's the sweet, like either the eel sauce or the goma sauce. Okay, that's there. A little splash of that. It's almost like an Atticus assembles and an Atticus eats all at once. And then this is also a sauce. I'm not asking questions too much. Perfection. Just a little dousing. That way it doesn't get soggy. Gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. We're okay. No stainage. No teriyaki sauce on jeans. Alright. Here we go. Alrighty. Oh, this one's falling apart. That you're falling apart. Na zdrowie, everyone. Cheers, cheers. Oh, yeah. Yes. The epitome. The epitome. Caviar. Whenever I eat this roll, because it has the roll appetizer, the heart attack. Don't worry, he's just having another heart attack. Welcome back to another episode of Bill Schwarzky's Superfans. Who here has seen that? Chris Farley. Makes me feel like Martha Stewart, because she had a whole episode of Martha Stewart Living, where she was talking about caviar. Makes me feel fancy. So good. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's funny. It's so interesting. I don't know if I mentioned this story in previous renditions of Atticus Eats, but I had an interesting experience learning how to use chopsticks. Okay, so when I was like 17, I went on this date with this girl, and it was only a date to me, apparently. Her mom didn't clue her in, even though her mom told me it was going to be a date. And we went to a sushi restaurant. And the thing is I didn't know how to use chopsticks. Up until that point in time, I had only used a fork when I was just beginning my sushi journey. And the one benefit that I got from going on that date was the fact that I could learn how to use chopsticks. She taught me how to use chopsticks. And so that's always funny to me. That's like, well, I at least got the better end of the bargain if I was going to go on one date. I learned a new skill. And so that was very funny. And yeah, I don't know if I should complete why that date didn't manifest anything. But let's just say... Anyways, but I learned this skill, so that makes me feel pretty good. And I've used it well ever since. I'm 26 now. Yeah, 9 years using a skill from one date. Pretty good. Pretty good. So good. Comment down below, dear friends, do you all have a favorite Japanese dish? Sushi rolls, you know, an appetizer, a dessert, a drink? Tell me. Maybe it'll inspire me to try something new. Alrighty, cool people. I'm gonna sit here and finish up my last 3 bites of sushi, or I should say of Heart Attack appetizer. And then I will come back and answer more of your awesome questions from the comment section. Don't go anywhere. Oh my goodness, you guys. That hit the spot. It's definitely got kick. I am a spice guy, right? So I enjoy the spicy tuna, the jalapeno, the spicy mayo. I love that flavor combination in my mouth, especially with that thick creaminess from the cream cheese that they stuff it with. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Amazingly, amazingly good. Definitely a great dish. If you love spice, this is most assuredly something that you should go for. And that's something that I tend to do. I really enjoy spicy sushi. And my previous rolls that I've showcased from the other restaurant, showcase that. And again, if you haven't already, definitely check out those videos. I'll have them somewhere on this screen. Look for them. But my dear friends, too, it's always so fun to try something new. I think it's really amazing when we as people get to learn and grow in what our tastes are, you know, what are flavor combinations that we tend to enjoy, but then branch out knowing that and then try new things, because you never know when you're going to have a new favorite like this. And this is one of the first things that my mom and I tried, because I went to this restaurant with my mom the first time that I went. And again, this was back near the beginning of this year. And oh my goodness, we tried this and instantaneously knew it was a favorite, right? We hadn't even gotten to the sushi rolls yet, which are also fantastic at this restaurant. And so that's always fun for me. That's always makes me excited and take a great deal of joy in being able to adventure and try new things. Hence why I love making these videos for you all and also sharing some of my favorites. The one funny thing that's always humorous for me after eating sushi is what my mom and I have deigned cat food breath. You've got that fishy, you know, flavor in your mouth. And if you ate something that had garlic or onions in it too, that kind of combines. And it's like, yeah, no, you need to have a lot of mints or chewing gum or brush your teeth, you know, before you get close with someone and give them a hug or whatever. Hi, how's it going? Oh my goodness, such a funny experience. Such a fun time. Alrighty, cool people. Well, listen, I have a couple questions here I'd love to be able to read and share with you right now. And also something else that was funny that I was just doing today. But we're going to continue with the Christmas theme, given that it's Christmas time. And we're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. And I love being able to share some cool stuff with you all. So, alrighty. So, L'Oreal 86 on YouTube asks, do you have a favorite Christmas cookie that you bake every year? I absolutely love this question because of the answer that I'm able to give. So, we do not have a favorite Christmas cookie that we bake every year. Generally speaking, when there's holidays or birthdays or just something fun that we want to do, Mom and I do enjoy baking. I've actually been able to get into baking a little bit this year. I've made some really good banana bread, and it's just from the box from Trader Joe's. But I made us some really good banana bread before Thanksgiving, and then I made us some almond flour based chocolate chip cookies that were absolutely sublime as well, and that was a lot of fun. I have a brownie mix that I want to try soon. I don't know at what point I'll do that, but hopefully soon. And Mom just loves to bake, and I mean, you've got the classic standby of the Nestle Toll House cookies, you know, and a number of other things as well. Brownies, you know, the Duncan Hines. Is it Duncan Hines? Yeah. You know, and other different things that you can bake. But we have two things in our family that are absolutely stupendous, and I want to give one of them as an honorable mention just because I talked about comfort food. And that was when my brother was living here in California and we would visit for the holiday season, whether it was Thanksgiving or Christmas. My brother would make this cheese dip, and it literally consisted of like 3 pounds of cream cheese and another 1/4 pound of like shredded cheddar cheese, and there was a third cheese. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was Monterey Jack or mozzarella. But my brother, I mean, he would have to mix this thing together like he was shoveling concrete because of how, you know, constipating it was just even in the dish. And it would have like bacon bits and green beans or green onions in it. And what you would do is you would mix all of that together in a baking dish and you would bake it in the oven. And so it came out as the epitome of ooey gooey hot deliciousness. And you would eat it with Ritz crackers or whatever cracker tickled your fancy. But we would always use Ritz crackers because they were buttery. And that cheese dip was dangerous. I mean, very, very much so. There was one year that I way overloaded on it. And I ate so much of it that the next day I actually was vomiting and coming out of the other end at the same time. So, yeah, that was a very crucial lesson for me on self-control when I was younger. But it's such an insanely good dish. You just have to eat it in moderation. It's very rich. It's very constipating. You need to pre-treat with Colace and then chase it with Miralax, you know, when you eat it. So that's an honorable mention. But the consistent thing that my mom and I make, my mom, it's not me, I just eat, but my mom makes every year is her Butter Crunch Toffee. Now, this is a secret recipe that my mom has. So we're talking about something that's been going on for decades. It's a treat that we've had only at Christmas time for decades. Well before I was born, well before my brother was born. And this is the kind of thing that if this recipe were to ever become public, the war on drugs would instantaneously cease. Because all the gangs would try to replicate this instead to sell on the street. And yeah, it is that level of glory. It is that level. This toffee is so good that my mom would share it with extended family members decades ago who were stoned when they ate it, and they yet remember it decades later. They don't remember anything else of their 20s or 30s, but they remember Mom's Butter Crunch Toffee, right? So that just goes to show you the scale of this deliciousness. And yeah, Mom actually is at home making a batch right now because we're going to take it to some friends at church that are having a little Christmas shindig this week. And I'm also going to be partaking in some at home as well because it's time. So yeah, I am ridiculously excited to be able to get home and taste test it and make sure it's safe for our friends. But yeah, L'Oreal, thank you so much for that awesome question. It prompted that. It was so funny, actually. We would bring some batches of the Butter Crunch Toffee to set with us. And I can remember just like, it's this unifying candy. Like, you could have people that you've never spoken to before eat this candy, and all of a sudden, like, you didn't know that they were even on your crew, and yet they're coming out of the woodwork being like, did you make that toffee? My mom would be like, yes. Hi, I work in this construction wing. I've been here forever, but I've never spoken to anybody. But I'm going to speak to you to tell you how good your toffee is. My friend Bubba got some of it, of the toffee one year. We sent it to him and his wife. And he sent me a video thanking my mom, and he said, it's so good, I wish I could eat the jar that it came in. Oh, I love bragging about my mom. I love bragging about my mom. My mom also said, too, that she really believes that her making the Butter Crunch Toffee was a catalyst in my brother and his wife getting married. Because it was after his wife had the Butter Crunch Toffee for the first time that all of a sudden they became engaged. So, it's very powerful. It's a very, very powerful treat. So, yes. I'll need to use that trick before long for myself. Anyway, Speaking of sweet treats, it's so funny. Another tradition that we have, a lot of people have been asking me recently, like, hey, do you have a favorite holiday movie? Do you have a favorite movie that you watch at this time of year? And it's funny because when I was younger and I was a kid, I used to really like Elf. Elf was funny to me. It's not anymore. I kind of got burned out on it. And, you know, there's only so many times, for me personally, that I can repeat watch something. But a holiday tradition that's actually been... that my mom and then now me, would quantify as a holiday movie is actually the best rom-com ever. It's tied with Under the Tuscan Sun. But one of the best rom-coms ever, and that is When Harry Met Sally. When Harry Met Sally is like the epitome of an outstanding, real, not risque, not, you know, ugly romantic comedy. Cinematography, story, acting, comedic timing, everything is ridiculously top tier. Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan are beyond legit. It is so awesome. And what's amazing is that the older that I get, the more I appreciate movies that I did not appreciate as much when I was younger. And my mom, obviously, is the one who's been introducing me to a lot of different really amazing 80s films. 80s and 90s. And she had introduced When Harry Met Sally to me years ago. Like, back in 2019, I think we talked about. And I haven't seen it since. And then I just saw it with her last night, because it was on a Roku channel that we watch now, that my mom discovered, called Pluto. And so we watched it last night. And I have so much more appreciation for it now at 26 than I did when I was 21 and I watched it for the first time. It's even better now. And I love that. And so my mom said, I always usually watch this movie around the holiday season because of the Christmas and the New Year's references that are paramount, and they drive the story in the movie. And I love that. So that's kind of our unofficial but now official holiday movie that we watch in my family every year, is When Harry Met Sally. Absolutely outstanding film. Love the story. Meg Ryan is absolutely gorgeous. Like, she is so beautiful. And what was so funny is actually part of my errand running today that I went out and I did for myself in anticipation of doing an Atticus Eats video, was I went to a couple different stores because I'm trying to hunt down Mallomars. And I was scared, Mom and I both, we were scared that they didn't exist anymore. They do. But apparently everybody watched When Harry Met Sally on Pluto TV last night, and all of the Walmarts around us and all of the other, like, stores that are around us don't carry them. They don't have them in stock. And it's so heartbreaking because we desperately want to try Mallomars now because of the reference to them in the movie. So I did. I thought that was insanely funny. And yeah. So I'm on a quest for Mallomars. Wish me well. Hopefully I'm able to find them at some point soon. Anyways, awesome question though, L'Oreal. Thank you so much for that again. And then Tristan, I don't know if it's Leon or Leon. Tristan on YouTube asks, what are your favorite secular music bands? Because he knows that I've spoken a lot on previous episodes of Atticus Eats about my favorite Christian bands that I have, and Christian, like, worship bands or Christian influence bands, etc. But I haven't really made mention much about my favorite, like, secular bands. So definitely, I want to caveat this with the fact that, especially when it comes to secular music, or really any music for that matter, I may say that I have a favorite band, but that does not, or singer, but that doesn't necessarily mean I like every single one of their songs. It's just that I have many that I like of these particular groups, right? So bear that in mind as I say this. But some top favorites would definitely be Breaking Benjamin. Love Breaking Benjamin. I really love Eric Church, even though he is a Christian. He speaks about Jesus in his songs. I really love Stained. and Aaron Lewis. Aaron Lewis, not only as a solo singer, but Aaron Lewis as a part of Stained, is so insanely awesome. I love his messaging in his songs. He's very, very, very cool. Who are some other ones I really like? I like some songs by the Goo Goo Dolls. I enjoy Informer by Snow. And I have a handful of Beastie Boys songs that I like. That's kind of the extent of my rap taste. Beyond that, it's just kind of noise to me. Same with hip-hop. What are some other really good ones? Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of like what's on the 90s station or the early 2000s. Oh, I really love Daughtry. I love Daughtry. I have more than a few Nickelback songs that I really enjoy. Evanescence as well. I really like a lot of Evanescence's music. Amy Lee. I like a lot of her songs. They're pretty good too. And then there's several others. I'm sure that if I were to sit and turn on the radio and be like, oh, that's one I like. Oh, that's one I like. Aw, dog is going pee right next to my car. That's nice. Anyways, that gives you some idea as to my range of taste. Also, too, if I'm feeling in a particularly rock-ish mood, I'll enjoy some songs from Ashes to New. That's a band that I've listened to a little bit of. And again, there's some, not really as much anymore, but there was a period of time where I was listening to them with frequency. You know, few others. I guess I'm having a brain fart, but I did give multiple examples, so that's pretty good. Let's dial in on some favorite songs, right? Diary of Jane by Breaking Benjamin. There's so many by Daughtry. Life After You. You never know when you're gonna meet someone. Something Good. That's what it's called. That one. What was the one I was saying? September. You know, those are some Daughtry songs I like. Nickelback, I absolutely love. Photograph. Lullaby. This Is How You Remind Me. If Today Was Your Last Day, love those songs. Evanescence, of course, would be like Bring Me to Life. Immortal is a very good song. And there's others. And even Breaking Benjamin's Unknown Soldier and I Will Not Bow are some awesome songs. For Goo Goo Dolls, the original name. Oh, Lifehouse. Lifehouse is another one I greatly enjoy. Lifehouse is really good. You and Me, I absolutely love that song. Fun story about that. So that song has that go. 'Cause it's you and me and all of the people with nothing to do, nothing to prove. And it's you and me and all of the people, and I don't know why I can't keep my eyes off of you. That's a beautiful song, and I've loved that song for many years. And actually, it was really cool when I got texted by the executive producers saying that they were going to write Brick a singing sequence, and they wanted to see how well I sung, and they wanted to pass off some information and examples to our composer, who he was absolutely outstanding. I loved our composer on the show. I only got to meet him the one time, and that was when we were recording Brick's graduation song. What I did is, because I wasn't knowledgeable musically about like, well, I sing in this key and this is how I sound, what I did is I recorded a video of myself singing that segment from You and Me by Lifehouse, and I sent it off to the producers. And it was so funny because it was one of the very few times that Eileen Heisler actually acknowledged me in any capacity, and she was like blown away that I even had the capability to sing. And the composer dude loved it. He thought it was so awesome, and he was telling me I sing in key of G. That's like my comfortable key to sing in. That's natural to my voice. And then that birthed the Brickhead graduation song. So that's a cool little The More You Know segment for you guys. Anyways, man, it's always a good day when you get to sing with your friends and talk about music. I love that. Tristan, I want to give you an internet high five, man. Thank you so much for that awesome question. That prompted some really good conversation today. That was a lot of fun. Anyways, cool people, if you have any questions for me, drop them in the comment section below. Tell me and share with me L'Oreal's question: what are some of your favorite holiday treats that you make for yourself? I'm very curious to find out. I'm sure she is too, and I'm sure, you know, the rest of the community is as well. Definitely share that. Also, please share what are some of your favorite singers and song groups that you enjoy. Oh, huge shout out to John Denver, Jim Croce, and a lot of 80s music I'll listen to as well. Duran Duran, gosh, there's so many others that I really enjoy listening to as well. Oh, Outfield, there's so many others. I love listening to Gin Blossoms. See, now I'm thinking. I love listening to Gin Blossoms. I love listening to Matchbox 20. They're awesome. Okay, so see, I'm going now. I'm giving you guys a Spotify playlist. Unwell by Matchbox 20. Follow You Down, Hey Jealousy by the Gin Blossoms. Those are two different songs. There's some more for you. Anyways, also, please be sure to check the links down in the description box below. Link to my Twitch channel. I go live on Twitch 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific. Definitely come by and hang out. Please be kind. Obey the rules. Kindness goes a long way. And also, please be sure to check out my Cameo page. It would be my pleasure to be able to make your Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year, anniversary, birthday, whatever special occasion you have that you'd like me to make extra special. I would love to be able to partake in with a personalized video shout out to you or your loved ones. So please be sure to book me down on Cameo. Y'all are awesome. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and share this video on all your social media. Can't wait to see you all in the next one. What do you guys think? Fried chicken sandwich or Italian food for next week? Comment down below. Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless. Do Vidzenia.
I just want a great life, something where I feel like I just didn't waste time, something I look back and say that was a great time, cause man I just hate when the years pass by the wayside.